Hi, girls and boys. Today I am going to read a story called Brenda's Boring Egg. I wonder what you think it's about. Have a little think about the title, look at the picture. What's your prediction? I really like this story because it's got lots of interesting words and again, it's got a really nice moral and a nice lesson that we can learn from the story. I love the interesting vocabulary that's used throughout. There were even some words that I had to look up in the dictionary because I wasn't sure what they meant. Let's have a look at what this story is about. Brenda's Boring Egg. Down by the bulrushes, tucked in a nest, lay Brenda the duck, who was having a rest. There's Brenda. Those things there are called bulrushes. You might have seen them around some lakes or ponds. Sometimes when I was little, I used to pick them and pretend that they were spears, and the little seed pods flew off them sometimes. She'd spent a long time making everything neat for a special young duck she was longing to meet. I wonder who she's longing to meet. She'd cared for her egg since the day it was laid, and she loved it despite its uninteresting shade. What does that word despite mean? It means even though, uninteresting, not very interesting. The shade is the colour of it. Didn't look too special. She looked at her friends who had nested nearby, and she gazed at their eggs with a sorrowful sigh. Oh, look at their eggs. For all of the others had eggs that were bright, with colourful patterns, not boring and white. She listened as other ducks gloated with glee, as they dreamed of how special their ducklings would be. Gloating is another word for showing off or boasting or, saying how great they are. So that made Brenda feel a little bit sad. My egg is so blue, Brenda heard Betty boast. My baby will turn out much wiser than most, with feathers azure like the sparkling sea. What a dazzling creature my duckling will be! Azure, I asked my mum what that word meant, and it means to make it look even nicer. So she's saying with feathers azure, so they're going to look really nice with sparkling like the sea. Then Gretchen went by with a satisfied grin. My glistening egg holds a starlet within, brimming with confidence, charming and bold. Its feathers will twinkle with shimmering gold. My egg is so frilly, it's pink and it's white, said Penny one day, as she gleamed with delight. My duckling is sure to be talk of the lake, creative and talented, make no mistake. Brenda felt sad that her egg was so plain, as the other ducks stared at her nest with disdain. If you stare with disdain, you're like, oh, I don't like the look of that. That's not very nice. She worried her duckling could never compete when its friends were so gifted, the world at their feet. That reminds me of 2W. I think you're so gifted with the world at your feet means you're going to do amazing things. She said, well, it might not be shiny or blue, but I know that my duckling is loved through and through. I'll teach it to share and to always be kind, for a kind duck's the best duck you will ever find. At sunrise, while Brenda lay snuggling her egg, it started to crack, and then out popped a leg. A duckling emerged with the softest of down. Down is the feathers, which was coloured a beautiful yellowy brown. And then, sure enough, came a series of cracks as the ducklings were born in a flurry of quacks. Quack, 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 quack. The pink one, the blue one, the shimmering gold, but the ducklings were not as their mummies had told. No feathers of rainbow, no silvery trims, just 4 fluffy ducklings. 2 hers and 2 hims. The mummy ducks gasped as the ducklings all hatched. Their beaks looked the same, and their feathers were matched. None of them glittering, none of them chic, but each of them special, and each one unique. The ducks were now sorry and felt very bad that their boasting and gloating had made Brenda sad. All thoughts of the eggshells were now cast aside, as their hearts started bursting with love and with pride. The eggs they had nurtured were lovely for sure, but the ducklings inside mattered very much more. They waddled and played as the mummies looked down at their cute little ducklings of yellowy brown. That word nurtured, that means they looked after them really well. If your mums and dads nurture you, they take care of you. The end. What a lovely story. I enjoyed Brenda's boring egg. I hope, was it Brenda's boring egg, the title? Let me see. Or Brenda's plain egg. Yes, Brenda's boring egg. I really enjoyed that story. I hope you did too, girls and boys. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.